Hi everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. I was pressed for time tonight, so I went ahead and painted this thing. You can see the way I've got it masked off. This is that XL-500 starter we started last night. And I went ahead and razor cut around that edge like I talked about. And then I just built this canopy over the top of the grill and also sealed it up as best I could down there. Now you can see the paint won't be perfect on the back side of the starter, but ask me if I care. It was far from perfect when Homelite did it. So I'm just carrying on the company tradition, so to speak. So I want to get this tape and everything off. I should have thought of this before firing the camera up. I'd like to put something in here to make it easier to hold. So if I've got a screw, that's the right thread pitch. There we go. Now I've got something to kind of balance with. It's real easy to slip and jack up your new paint, and boy does that suck. Okay, so that tint came off pretty easily. Wow. Won't know how well it turned out until we get down to the lines, but initially, boy, that red and green sure looks nice together, doesn't it? Alright, so one tip. If you start in one direction and work your way around, you end up with overlapping tape. So in theory, you can get an edge started and then just have it peel all the way around. Now it never comes in one piece, but you want to peel nice and slow like this. Wow, I'm liking what I see there. Okay, well, I'm going to switch up because trying to get to that's going to be a bit of a pain. I'm going to get this tape from underneath out of the way because it's sticking to that outer tape, which is what I wanted it to do to seal everything up and prevent mist from going through, but now I don't want it to do that. Now I want it out of the way. This engine enamel, in theory, dries to the touch in a, I don't remember what the hell it says on the can, but on a warm day you can handle it after 2 or 3 hours, but being careful is always wiser. We're seeing more of the lines now. I'm happy with the way it sealed up and did the green to the white right there. Real happy. And this corner is going to be tough. Don't want to jack up that white paint. You might be wondering why I'm even bothering with this right now. And that's because when the paint is still a little wet, if you've gotten it too thick in a spot and it flowed over the tape, you still stand half a snowball's chance in hell of peeling the tape. Alright, so that one wasn't as clean in that corner as I'd hoped. You can see that's a spot that didn't quite seal as well as it could have. So I didn't get it pressed down well, or we didn't have good adhesion, or some combination of both. Those lines look pretty good. Yeah. The ones that tear off in the middle of the fins here, you don't have much choice but to fish them out. Now, even though I've got a razor blade right close to the paint I want to keep, I'm not actually touching the paint. I'm going underneath the tape and just doing a quick lift up. So I'm actually hooking the tape with the corner of the blade to get a little bite and get it to lift. A pair of hobby tweezers would not be a bad thing for this process either. Hands are too big. There we go. Starting to look pretty nice, isn't it? It's always fun to get the paint right, but it really comes together when you throw some decals on there and you actually see what it's going to look like. And then the crowning touch is getting that nice glamour high gloss clear coat on there. Without that stuff, I'm not sure I'd do this, because that clear coat is a strong enough top coat. It resists fuel, and by resist fuel I don't mean you can get it wet and wipe it off and hope that it's okay. I mean, it will be okay. I haven't seen it dissolve fuel yet, or excuse me, fuel dissolve that clear coat yet. Haven't seen it happen. In fact, I've seen fuel get under the paint and the primer and bubble the whole mess, and the clear coat stays intact out on top and actually stretches a little bit. Alright, I am super happy with that. I actually think this might be the best one I've done yet. The first one I did was my own, and then I did Dan's back in Minnesota, which turned out really well. I'm not unhappy with either of them, to be honest, but that's pretty sweet. Lines are clean. The only place is that little spot right down there. I got a little sloppy, but that gives you guys an idea of what it takes to do a 2- or 3-tone starter cover for one of these old Homelite saws.